everybody. Welcome. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. We're just so glad that you are here, or if you're watching the replay, we're excited to have this conversation today because we know that January can really start to feel quite heavy, especially for moms, especially those of us who are like, okay, when January rolls around, we pick our goals and we go all in. And then by the end of January, we are done and things aren't working. And so if January has never worked for you before, we just want you to know you're not broken. You're not the problem. And we're going to talk about maybe what is. And so by the end of this conversation, you will know what actually matters in January and what you can do to just not feel any stress or pressure about it, but actually have your goals and reach them and do it in a way that feels good to you. So we're going to jump into all this. So I've got Jared here with me. And we're
Hi, ladies. I'm here, but we only have one microphone.
We only have one mic. But I think this will be a really good conversation. So
Absolutely.
We get so many questions, the same questions over and over again. So we're going to talk about those today. Let me tell you what they are. Number one, why does my stomach never change? Why do I still look pregnant even though I'm working out and I'm not pregnant? And it's been months or years since I had a baby. Like what is wrong here? Number two, is it too late for my core? I had a baby years ago, but I don't have that tight tummy after having babies. Like, is it too late to do this? Or number three, why do I start and I'm so motivated at the beginning and then it just fizzles out? Why does that happen? And what if I don't have time? I'm a busy mom. I've got kids. Life is crazy. How do I make this work? How do I take care of them and me? We're going to talk about all of these things. So we're not selling you anything. We just want to help you start January differently. So I'm going to turn it over to you now.
That being said, ladies, I don't even know how to start this. I was, happy holidays. Hope that you had an incredible week last week. Happy New Year. Hope that this week just goes incredibly for you. And thank you so much for spending this time. This is the time. It's interesting working in the health and fitness world because January, I feel like everybody realizes like, oh, I want to be fit. I want to be healthy. I want to change something about my appearance. It's this New Year's resolution time. And yet that tends to fizzle out by like the middle of January. I was going to say February, but sometimes it doesn't even last that long. And so our entire goal with this is to just kind of outline and present things for you as you're kind of looking for that device or that vehicle that's going to help you to get your fitness goals this year. These are some things that we invite you to consider. And so what I wanted to do is just jump in here and kind of explain why January typically fails. As a physical therapist, as a personal trainer, I've worked with thousands of moms in my career. And there's always, like I said, this mad rush in January of people in general, but definitely moms included, who want to change something physically, who want to get stronger, lose weight, get in better shape, whatever that goal might look like for you. I feel like January and New Year's and resolutions is a popular time for that to happen. How many of you have ever set a New Year's resolution for fitness or for weight loss or for health?
Yes.
All of us, right? All of our hands are out there. How many of you saw that goal through to completion? I just felt like collectively about 2/3 of hands go down. And so why is that? And so I felt like, the first thing that I wanted to talk about is give you kind of the three reasons that I see as to why these resolutions don't always work out for moms, so that we can pivot, so that we can correct those points, so that you can see the results and the outcomes that you ultimately want. And so really quick, the first thing that I see is not taking the first step, not getting started. I call this one analysis paralysis. There are so many options out there. There's like 85,000 diets and there's like 90,000 workout plans. And I know I need to eat better and I know I need to move my body more, but I'm not doing those. I just don't know where to start. And it's this fear of starting the wrong way that keeps you stuck where you're at. And then a week goes by and you say, well, it's the second week in January. I guess I'll wait till next year to start. How many of you are in the fear to start or the analysis paralysis stage? Quite a few, right? Number two mistake that I see is taking the wrong first step. It's like, okay, I've done my research and now I'm going to start, but you sometimes get started on the wrong foot. And all that I really want to say about this is, as a mom who's maybe had one or multiple kids, you're probably in your late 20s, in your 30s, and maybe in your 40s, your fitness plan has to look a lot different than a 25-year-old fitness influencer who's never had any kids and whose sole occupation is to look good on social media. It just looks a lot different. And so please keep that in mind. And so we can't take that wrong first step. Instead, we have to take steps that are custom tailored for you, for where you're at with your body and in this stage of your life. Does that make sense? And hopefully that does. Mistake number 3 that I see. So we've talked about not taking the first step. We've talked about taking the wrong first step for you and for this stage of life that you're in. Mistake number 3 is sprinting. And so mistake number 3 is just starting off on this dead sprint and saying, I'm going to go on all the diets and I'm only going to eat 1,200 calories a day and I'm going to work out 2 hours a day, 7 days a week. Motivation is super high this time of the year and you want to do all of those things, but inevitably, where does that lead? That leads in 2 weeks, you're hurt, you're injured, you're miserable because you're so hungry, and it's just not a sustainable model. How many of you have ever started like this before? I mean, like,
all of us.
I'm preaching to the choir, right?
Yeah.
Everybody who's listening to this has heard this type of thing before. And so what's the solution to starting at a sprint? We just need to slow down. I tell people all the time, I'm stoked that you're so motivated right now, but motivation has an expiration date. And I tell people that motivation will get you to the starting line. And it will help you to cross the starting line in a race. But what is it that's going to get you across the finish line? And that is consistency. And that is sustainability. That is doing enough that change takes place, but not doing so much that you just give up, that it just becomes too much, that it just becomes overwhelming. And so no matter where you're at, if you haven't got started yet, if you're thinking about starting and it might be the wrong path, or if you're starting out on that dead sprint, that covers pretty much everybody that I see. And so what we wanted to do with the rest of our time is kind of explain what we have come up with for moms just like you, that's going to help you to kind of overcome each of those areas. But before we jump right into that was kind of my take as a physical therapist, as a personal trainer. I wanted Camille to jump in here. And as we were brainstorming this, we decided that we needed to hear this from a mom, and we needed to hear this from a mom's perspective. And we needed to hear this maybe a little bit more from a mindset perspective. So what do you got for us with that?
Absolutely. So because I am a mom of 4, a working mom of 4, I completely understand all of these things. And I have done all of these things. That sprint starting January 1st, it's like, oh, I'm changing everything. I'm giving up sugar. I will not touch sugar again until 3 days later when it's a crazy day with kids. And you're like, oh, I need chocolate to get through this day. And so what I have learned over the years is that sometimes we give ourselves too many rules when we are trying to work towards goals. I'm going to talk specifically about weight loss because I think that is something that so many women deal with. And so we're coming up with like, okay, our game plan. I want to weigh this much. And so in order to get there, I have to eat 1,200 calories. I have to work out 3 hours a day. And I'm being so extreme. And I know that's not the case, but maybe we even say, okay, I'm going to cut back to 1,500 calories. I'm going to work out 30 minutes a day, 7 days a week. I'm going to cut out all sugar and soda. And so we set up all these rules. And like Jared was saying, that analysis paralysis, like it becomes too much and we become paralyzed because it's too many things for our brain to do all at one time. And it's that all or nothing mentality that I see so many moms struggle with. If I'm not following every single rule that I set up for myself, then I'm failing and I'm not going to do any of it. And it's either one extreme or the other. And what we like to recommend is that be fluid, be somewhere, a happy place in the middle. Like, yes, you do want to decide your goal and take steps towards it. But it's not going to be so extreme that it causes you to be stuck. It's going to be a little bit more fluid. Oh, I feel a sneeze coming on. I hope that, suck that back in. Okay, the second thing, right? Push that down. But second thing that I highly recommend to women who are just starting out is you've got to celebrate your little wins early on. If on day one, you say, okay, my goal today is to move my body for 20 minutes. Celebrate that. You have to start to build these beliefs and you have to start to build these celebrations inside your head and inside your brain, because that is how you're going to keep that momentum up. If you are always like belittling yourself or talking poorly to yourself and saying like, ugh, I can't believe that you only worked out for 20 minutes today. You said you'd work out for 30. No, celebrate that 20 minutes. The people who don't celebrate those early wins, they lose their momentum. They lose that belief in themselves, and they are the ones that peter out after a couple of days, because you have to be your own biggest cheerleader. You are the one in charge of keeping that momentum going. And the way we do it is we celebrate little wins. So pick your goals and then decide what that one next step is going to be. Maybe we just focus on moving our body for a few minutes every day. Decide what that few minutes is going to be for you. Don't say 2 hours, but maybe just be realistic. 10 minutes. Do your thing for 10 minutes and then celebrate it. And then you rinse and repeat. It's not sexy. It's not going to get you 6-pack abs in 6 days. But this is how it's done, is these small daily choices, one choice at a time. And we celebrate each win along the way. We become our own biggest cheerleader. And that's how the momentum keeps going. Moms don't need more willpower. They need clarity in how they treat themselves and in the choices that they are making. So my biggest thing that I want moms to know is we're not going to change everything at once, but it's going to be one small step at a time towards that goal we're working towards. And I see the comment in here, it is so discouraging. If you have that all or nothing mentality, if you're not doing it all perfectly, it's going to shut you down. You'll lose that momentum so quick. So to stay in momentum, we're going to celebrate every little thing that we do along the way. So that's my mindset piece for the
Amazing.
Day. Okay.
Awesome. Is this good so far? Are you guys getting something from this? We hope so. We just, trying to show up, trying to share kind of what we know and what we have experienced. Yeah. And so that all being said, how do we get success? How do we achieve that success? I mentioned that motivation will get you started, but consistency will keep you going. So how do we capitalize on that motivation? How do we capitalize on this feeling that you have right now to get started? But then how do we do that in a way that we carry all the way through and actually finish the race and actually realize some of those outcomes that you were ultimately after? And my favorite piece of advice on this is to raise your floor and not your ceiling. Now, let me explain that. The ceiling, think of that as your goal. Think of that as the outcome that you want, whether it's lose 20 pounds or lose a pant size or increase my strength or just be stronger, be more capable of like playing with my kids. That's another big one that I hear. I just want to be able to participate more is a common goal.
Tighten our tummies.
Yeah, and tighten up your tummy. Yep. These are the types of goals that we see. And so a lot of times people will set that, we'll call it a North Star goal, right? Or that outcome that they're after. I want to lose 20 pounds. But then that's kind of where it stops. So how many paths, how many things can you do to lose 20 pounds? There are literally limitless things. And so what we do is we tend to take one step in 100 different directions, meaning like, I'm going to start this diet plan. Oh, I don't like this. So I'm going to come back to square one. I'm going to start this workout plan. So I'm going to come back to square one when it becomes too hard, when it becomes overwhelming. And so we take that first step, but then we always retreat backwards. And so again, we take one step in 100 different directions without realizing that what we need to do is, I said, raise your floor, not your ceiling. So set that goal, but then raise your floor, meaning we need to adjust baseline behaviors. And so Camille hit this right on the head. She mentioned maybe one of them is go for a 10-minute walk every day. Maybe one of them is, you know what, I'm just going to eat my fruits and vegetables today. I'm going to get in all my fruits and veggies, and I'm going to focus on fiber. I'm going to focus on healthier, cleaner nutrition. Maybe it's I'm going to drink all my water today. Maybe it's, I'm going to stay hydrated. I mean, I don't know. What are some of the things that you think?
Yeah.
What are some of the things that are impactful for you?
It's so interesting. I was thinking about this morning because every once in a while I'll run into like a friend I haven't seen in a couple of years, and they'll be like, "Oh my gosh, what are you doing? Like, you look great. What are you doing?" And it's so funny because I don't have a diet I'm following. I don't have a program that I'm like, following, but it's just these simple kind of just habits that I have built in my life. And so for me, and what I would recommend to the moms is figure out, number one, how do you like to move your body? What is it that you like to do? Because I hear a lot of people say, "Oh, I hate to go to the gym. I hate that. I hate to exercise." Yeah. Our bodies were made to move. And I think you just have to find the way that feels good to you. It could be, stretching. It could be going for a bike ride. It could be playing Frisbee with your kids in the backyard. Find the way that your body likes to move. So for me, it's daily movement. And my movement of choice is just walking. I love to go on walks outside, inside. I love to do walking workouts. Just something that is going to move my body for me. And I love that. So that would be number one.
Amazing.
So finding out how to walk, or finding out how to move my body. The number two thing that I do is focus on water. I drink water all day long. I love that it helps my digestion. It helps my skin. It helps me to feel satiated, with my meals. I feel good. And when I don't drink water, and Jared will tell you, I am grumpy and I have all kinds of weird side effects. I have some kidney issues from years of neglecting my body. Headaches.
Yeah.
Yes. And so hydration. So movement, hydration. And then the third thing, there's no diet, no rules that I follow, but I just love to think about what else can I add to my plate. I love the idea of every meal that I eat, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, add a fruit and a vegetable. And for me, I had to start out with just adding a fruit. I had to learn to love vegetables, I guess. And so every meal, I just started out and said, I'm going to add one fruit to every meal I eat. And then I worked my way up to adding a vegetable too. So at every meal that I have, I add a fruit and a vegetable. Doesn't matter what I eat. If it's pizza, if it's chicken nuggets from Chick-fil-A, I add a fruit and I add a vegetable. And just doing that, it's crazy how it's impacted my cravings. It's crazy how it's impacted my satiety. I feel so much fuller because of the fiber and the micronutrients I'm getting from fruits and vegetables. It's those simple things. So I would say those are my top three things. Find out how you love to move. Drink water. So much water. Let go of the other things that you are drinking. Don't drink your calories. Drink water. And then add fruit and vegetable to every meal that you eat. Start out slow. Maybe you add one fruit to one meal every day and work your way up. But it's those baby steps that I took that got me to where I'm at today. I feel better now at 41 than I felt all through my 20s and most of my 30s. And it's just because of these simple habits that I have worked in.
Amazing. And so just quick question. Well, quick shout out. Riri's Nursery. She's been jumping in here and she's left us a comment, and I wanted to point this out. She just said, my one thing is getting on my Life Pro machine daily. I'm not 100% sure exactly what that is, but it keeps me active. And then she says it's the treadmill after that. A lot of times people will say, Jared, I don't like to exercise. And my response back to that is, you actually just haven't found the exercise that you like yet.
Yeah.
You don't like to be forced into, this idea of I have to go to a gym for 60 minutes, 3 days a week. Okay, what do you like to do? And then it's funny because ladies will be like, oh, I love to go on walks, or I love to play with my kids. And it's okay, let's do more of that.
Yeah.
Let's just lean into these things that you enjoy, that you can stick with consistently.
Can I say something about that really quick? I think sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to do the workouts we see other people doing.
Absolutely.
they say I need to be doing this workout, so I should be doing this. And if you don't love it, then it's not for you. That's not how your body was made to move. And so it's finding what you like to do. And then really quick, I want to say something about consistency. Sherry, I saw you just dropped in. Your word of the year is consistent. And you said, I love the workouts you share. I just say do them consistently. I love defining the word consistent as most of the time for you, because consistent is going to be different for everybody. And so for you, consistency might be 1 day a week. And you just have your 1 day a week where you're doing the thing. Consistency for somebody else might be 7 days a week. You have to figure out what consistency is going to be for you. And then you just stick with it. And that's the hardest part, is sticking with it. And if you're struggling to stick with it, redefine what consistency is for you. Maybe it's every other week. Start small. Don't be afraid to start small instead of going all in and doing, the sprint at the beginning, like we were talking about. Figure out your first step, take it, and then build on that.
I love that. And thank you. Yeah. Thanks so much for jumping in. Okay. So is this making sense? So like, is this like resonating? Is like hopefully our goal here is to, I don't know, diffuse some of the fear and some of the bigness around getting started, and helping you to realize that this doesn't have to be all or nothing. Camille, another one of my favorite quotes that she says regularly is, it's not all or nothing, it's all or something. And that something might look different each day, but ultimately we're continuing to take the steps in the right direction. So I hope that this is resonating. I hope that this is helping out. Now, if we did, and again, as Camille and I were thinking about how we can show up for you mamas and how we can help you out, if there were a plan or a way that simplified all of this, that simplified exercise, that simplified core rehab, that simplified healthy nutrition, and simplified mindset, do you feel like that would help you to get started this January? Do you feel like if you had just a very simple to follow daily plan laid out for you that focused on each one of those 4 areas, do you feel like that's something that you could stick with? And if it's something that you can stick with, do you feel like that's a way that you could get to that North Star goal or that outcome that you're after? Said one more way, if we helped you to raise your floor, do you think that that would help you to get to your ceiling? And I hope that you're nodding your head, and I hope that you're saying, wow, like, yeah, this really makes sense. If I had just a daily something that I could follow along with, that would really help me to get where I ultimately want to be. And so that's what we created for you. That's what we've come up with. We're calling this the 21-day New Year's Reset Blueprint. 21 days. This is 3 weeks long. Okay. And again, the goal here, like Camille hit it right on the head, we're not going to get 6-pack abs and lose 20 pounds in 21 days. It's not going to happen. Correction. It could happen, but that's absolutely not sustainable. That's not what we're after. What we want to do is build habits and build patterns and build behaviors that get you started the right way and help you to realize that it doesn't have to be this really massive action. It just needs to be little ways showing up for yourself consistently that carry you through to your goals. And so again, that's why we created this cool thing. It's the 21-day New Year Reset Blueprint. And I actually have it pulled up here. I hope that this shows up on my iPad. Bam. Oh, there goes my pencil. It's okay. We're going to leave it. And so here, let me drop this down just a little bit. Okay, so the 21-day New Year Reset Blueprint, and really simply, like here's basically everything that Camille and I have been talking about, how it works and why. But then when we get down here, this is where the real magic starts to happen, is right here, your 21-day calendar that you get with the 21-day blueprint. And so like really, we just broke it down. Like here's week 1, here's week 2, and here's week 3. And you can see that on each one of those days, there's 4 things that we recommend that you do. One of them is around a core workout. One of them is around moving your body a little bit more. One of them is around healthy nutrition that's sustainable. And the other one is about mindset. And like honestly takes probably an hour, maybe less a day with some of those, some of the workouts and some of the activity recommendations that we make for you. But that's all that it is. And again, the goal is to get you started and to get you into momentum to help launch this year the right way. And so, that being said, if you want the 21-day New Year reset, how much is that going to be, Jared? Well, it's free. We want to give it to you for free as a gift. If you buy the Mommy Tummy Fix app, so we have a couple of different options on our Mommy Tummy Fix app. The lifetime access, you can pay one time $149 for lifetime access to the Mommy Tummy Fix app. But for the new year, and because again, we want to show up for you, we want to help you, to get started the right way, we're throwing in a bunch of things. So first of all, we're going to take $30 off of that price. And so if you enter a code mommy30 at checkout, that takes $30 off the $149 price, takes it down to $119. But then we're like, we can do so much more than that. That's where we created the 21-day reset blueprint. This is a $97 value that we're throwing in completely for free when you buy that lifetime access to the app. So we're taking $30 off. We're stacking a $97 value on top of it. And then the other thing that we wanted to add, that we've got one more freebie in there, is the Mommy Tummy Masterclass, or the Mommy Tummy Fix Masterclass. Sorry, Mommy Fitness Masterclass. I knew it was up there. The Mommy Fitness Masterclass. And honestly, this is me. I recorded 5 videos for this masterclass. And basically, it's the 4 problems that I see women run into as they're trying to improve their fitness, lose weight, whatever that looks like. There are 4 problems that moms encounter. And I tell you what those are specifically, and then I tell you how to fix those. And then specifically, I show you how each one of those is addressed within the Mommy Tummy Fix app. And so basically, you get all of that fixed for you in the Mommy Tummy Fix app as well. And so this is a $305 value that we're giving you for $119. So we get the $30 off of lifetime access to the app. We get the the 21-day New Year reset blueprint. And then we get the Mommy Fitness Masterclass. And that's the bundle that we wanted to put together for you ladies. Ultimately, the goal being, we wanted to show up for you. We wanted to help you as best as we possibly could. That plan and that system is built into the Mommy Tummy Fix app. We created the 21-day New Year reset blueprint as an on-ramp to the Mommy Tummy Fix. So it kind of gets you into the app and introduces it to you and presents it to you in a way that's not overwhelming and that's not too excessive. It's again, these simple steps that you start to do daily to start to build the habits that are going to raise that floor and ultimately get you up to where you want to be and up to where you need to be. Yeah. And so I think that Camille mentioned, I think that in the description down below, we have the URL if you're interested in checking it out. mommytummyfix.com/new year is where you can go to learn more about that. It's where you can go to get the deal. So again, $30 off if you use the code mommy30, as well as the 2 freebies over there that are yours that we wanted to throw in for the new year.
Yep. And I know a lot of people that are watching this already have the app. So just know that you will be getting the 21-day reset sent to you, so you can join us and do it anytime. In fact, I think in the app in January, we're going to do it together. Amazing. So if you want to be part of that, make sure that you are in that app and in the community and be watching for that. So we'll do it all together.
And,
but
well, let me jump in here real quick because that's on me, you guys. I was supposed to send that out. If you do have the app already, I was supposed to send out that email this morning. This morning got a little crazy getting ready for this, and all the kids are home, and it's madness right now. As soon as we're done here, as soon as we hang up this live, I'm going to go jump in and I'm going to send that to all of you who have lifetime access to the app already. We're going to send that over. Again, we want you to be a part of that. We know that we had a comment in here. I've had the app sitting and waiting for me to get together and join. This is perfect for those of you who are in that category. This is the on-ramp. This is the starting point. This is walking to the starting line and then taking those first couple of steps. That's exactly what we wanted to do with this reset. So thanks for mentioning that. Yeah. We will for sure send that out to you.
Yeah. Okay. So we know that it's getting late, but if there are any questions We would love to answer them for you. Just throw them in the comment section and we'll answer them in real time. But I thought it would be good to just kind of pick Jared's brain while he's here. And maybe he can pick mine too.
There's not much left at this point.
So I just think what would you say is the number one PT question that you get? Like, what do you think the moms would ask? Like, because you have so many moms who come into your clinic. What are they asking, and what can we answer for them right now?
Great question. I think that the biggest thing that I see, I would answer that question like this: pre-pregnancy core exercise has to look a lot different than post-pregnancy core rehab. Let me explain what I mean. A lot of moms have some experience working out. A lot of moms have some experience with different exercises and specifically with different core exercises. After you have a baby, the mentality that I see most often is moms jumping in and saying, oh, I just need to work my core more. I need to go back and do those core workouts that I did before. That's how I'm going to tone and strengthen my stomach, without realizing that there are quite a few steps that we need to take in order for you to get to that point where it can be successful for you. And so think about it like this. Let's say that I just had knee surgery. And let's say I walk into a physical therapist and it's day one. I'm 6 weeks out from a knee surgery. I walk in and the PT is like taking the brace off of my knee and says, okay, the first thing we're going to do is run some sprints on a treadmill. There's going to be major damage that's occurred. The look on your cute face right now.
Like, oh,
there's going to be some major damage that's occurring. There's going to be major pain, and it's going to be this huge delay to the goal that you ultimately have. Ladies, that's exactly what you do when you jump back into these core exercises after having a baby. Instead, again, getting back to the knee analogy, we need to work on range of motion. We need to do some simple strengthening. It's kind of these baby steps to get up to the treadmill where we can start to walk and then walk a little faster and then jog and then ultimately sprint. And so those are the steps that we need to take with core rehab before core exercises after pregnancy. Again, the whole goal of the Mommy Tummy Fix is to simplify this for you. So the Mommy Tummy Fix actually includes a 12-phase progressive core rehab plan for moms to help rehab your core, strengthen your abs, strengthen your core to get you back to doing those higher level things successfully and with more reliability. So I think that that's probably the number one thing that I hear, especially kind of this time of the year. It's like, I have this goal to get my abs back, and all these sit-ups and crunches and planks that I've been doing aren't working. Why is that? And that's where we have that discussion around what are the steps to get to sit-ups and crunches and planks. We got to take those first steps first. Okay, so that's how I would answer that. Hopefully that makes sense. Well, not the same question, but as I've got Camille here, this is always a unique opportunity. What would your kind of advice be? So Camille actually has a certification as a life coach and as a certified mindset coach. You guys, she helps me like daily. I was going to say weekly, but I think it's more consistently than that. For a new mom who's just, new mom, sorry. For a mom, no matter what stage that you're at, who's just getting started down this path. Maybe you're like walking up to that starting line and January 1st is coming and you have this resolution or this goal that you want to make for yourself. What do you think would be the first step for these ladies? Or what do you think would be kind of that, like what do they need to know at the starting line that maybe they don't realize right now?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. And the thing that I coach women on the most, because this is probably the number one thing that we talk about, is that it's going to be a marathon, not a sprint, and be okay with that. The thing I say a lot is be okay with going slow, because we live in a world that's instant. Instagram, Instapots, like everything we want fast results. And we will see all these pictures on social media of before and after, and we see them both. We're not ever getting to see the middle. We're not going to see their long journey to get from that before to that after. And even in movies that we watch, there's always a movie montage where they're like, okay, this is the part where we do the work. And it's usually 60 seconds long, put to some motivational music. And it's shortened down into a little tiny clip where we're like, yeah, look, they did the thing. The thing took a really long time. And so be okay with going slow. Be okay with not every day is going to be perfect, but we just take one baby step to get there. We're just taking one step at a time to get to that ultimate goal that we have down the road. The second thing that I love to tell moms is give yourself grace. You are so good at giving grace to your kids, to your spouse, to your coworkers, to everyone you come in contact with. Moms give grace out all day long, except to themselves. Give yourself grace for those days where you didn't sleep well last night and you just don't have the energy today to move your body. That's okay. Give yourself some grace. Tomorrow is the fresh start. Or maybe you don't eat perfectly, even though you're like, okay, I'm going to have a fruit and vegetable at every meal, and then you don't. That's okay. Give yourself grace. We'll do it again tomorrow. Like, the difference is you don't give up. You don't stop just because you have one bad day or one bad week or even one bad month or one bad year. It's okay. Give yourself some grace, pick up where you left off, and keep going. I have so many moms who have that one bad day, one bad week, one bad month, one bad year, and that's it. They're done. And instead, I always encourage them, like, no, you're not done. Maybe you took a little break, pick yourself up, and we keep going. And so keep that in mind. Give yourself grace. Be okay with this journey going slow. I also love to tell women, the people who do it fast, the people who do those crazy sprints or do the really hard diet or the really hard workout program and only eat 1,200 calories, like, yes, they will see results really fast, but those results don't last. And you want to know why? Because it was too fast that they couldn't put the habits in place. That's why I love taking it slow and giving yourself grace, because what you are doing is you are building the habits that will last a lifetime instead of a 6-week sprint, instead of just a few 30 days of a diet and then you're done. No, you need to learn how to eat for life, how to feel good for life, how to keep this body that you're working towards for life. And that is what is going to make the biggest difference, is if you can master those two things. Be okay with going slow and give yourself grace all along the journey. It's going to make a massive, massive difference. Yes, Sherry just said, I want to build lasting habits. That's the mindset piece that you have to have in order to do it differently, in order to get different results. If you're tired of Januaries and always having to start over every January, it's most likely something going on in here. And if we can fix this first, if we can fix this weight that's between your ears, fix that first, everything else will fall into place. I believe it because I've seen it and I do it. So,
And you've lived it.
And I live it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. So ladies, thank you so much for spending this time with us today. This has been a lot of fun. And maybe spoiler alert / teaser, moving forward, you might see more of this type of video on the Mommy Tummy Fix channel. Just kind of Camille and I bouncing ideas off of each other and sharing what works, and a little bit more kind of information, education, in addition to the workouts that you have come to know and love here on the Mommy Tummy Fix channel. So that's something that we're super excited about.
And if you have ideas of things you want us to talk about, like that you want Jared and I to discuss specifically, put them in the comments, because then we'll jump on and we're also going to put this in a podcast form. So Mommy Tummy Fix podcast, where we are talking about
super spoiler alert.
I'm dropping all the bombs. Gosh. But yes, because so many moms are like, oh, I have questions about this. I need help with this. And we're like, oh, we can talk about that all day long. So
just one more way that hopefully we can show up for you and hopefully meet you where you're at. That all starts with the 21-day reset. And that all starts with the Mommy Tummy Fix app. If you are looking for the last fitness plan that you will ever buy, it's in the Mommy Tummy Fix. It's built specifically for moms, for your bodies, and for this stage of life that you are in right now. It includes all of the pieces that you need of core rehab, of fat burning cardio, and clean, healthy nutrition. We've also got a ton of mindset stuff in the app as well. this 21-day New Year reset blueprint is the on-ramp to successfully start the mommy tummy fix. And so
it's not a 21-day program. You're not done after 21 days. You're just getting started.
This is getting started. And so we are so excited for you. We can't wait to take this journey with you. Again, if it's something that you're interested in, link is in the description down below, mommytummyfix.com/New Year, where you can learn more about it. You can see, again, kind of what the programs are, what the freebies are, what the bonuses are. $305 in value. We're giving it to you 60% off this week only. This is going to last. This is kind of the first day. So it's going to be this week only. If you're interested in learning more about it, if you're interested in joining us, we would love to show up for you, love to serve you. mommytummyfix.com/New Year. That's all that I need to say.
I think that's everything.
Amazing. So thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.